the Lab 4, which focuses on vulnerability scanning and exploitation using Kali Linux, Kyoptrix 2, and Metasploitable. This walkthrough we will just be using Kali Linux and Kyoptrix 2 for the moment. Then in our next video, we will be using Metasploitable. So in this lab, I performed a network enumeration, vulnerability scanning, and exploitation using 3 tools: Nikto, OWASP ZAP, and Nessus. I also applied the flaw hypothesis methodology to analyze these vulnerabilities. Target enumeration. I started by discovering the target IP addresses using NetDiscover and scanning open ports with Nmap. As shown in the screenshot I will be showing you later, Kyoptrix were identified with multiple services running. And with the Nikto scan, next I used the Nikto to scan the web server. The result revealed outdated Apache versions and directory listing enabled, which are common misconfiguration. The OWASP ZAP scan. Using OWASP ZAP, I performed an active scan. ZAP detected vulnerabilities such as cross-site scripting and cross-site request forgery, which I will be explaining shortly. The Nikto versus ZAP. Nikto is fast and command line based, focusing on server misconfiguration, while ZAP is GUI based and provide a more comprehensive analysis, including spidering and active scanning. CSRF tricks authenticated users into performing unwanted actions, while cross-site scripting injects malicious scripts into trusted websites. Both can lead to severe data breaches. The Nessus identified multiple vulnerabilities, including outdated OpenSL and weak SSH keys. Here are the top 10 findings. Vulnerability analysis and hypothesis. I map vulnerabilities to services and hypothesize that outdated software and poor patch management were the root causes. For the attack vectors, based on these findings, possible attack vectors include SQL injection, remote code execution, and privilege escalation. Legal and ethical standard. Responsible disclosure is critical. Industry standard like ISO 29147 recommend notifying vendors privately and disclosing publicly only after a patch is available. In conclusion, regular patching and vulnerability scanning are essential to prevent exploitation. Let me go ahead and show you all the slides. I hope you can see my screen. So the automated vulnerability scanning. Here's the slide. Introduction and objective. And here we have the lab overview and the goals, vulnerability scanning tools, the tools that were used in this walkthrough. We utilize Nikto, OWASP ZAP, and Nessus to identify and analyze security flaws effectively. Then we have the critical web vulnerabilities, flaw hypothesis methodologies, ethical and legal standards. Objectives of the lab. Here's the screenshot and the vulnerability scanning tools. we run an Nmap scan. Target enumeration, we have the role of Nmap in enumeration. Target enumeration using Nmap. Here's the screenshot. The details from the scan, importance of verification, foundation for further analysis. The Nikto scan result and analysis. Missing security headers, outdated server software, Nikto scan strength, importance of patching. The OWASP ZAP scan result and comparison. ZAP security alleged Nikto versus ZAP focus, complementary use. Then we have the Nikto scan result and analysis. The OWASP scan screenshot. Here's the screenshot of the OWASP scan using the OWASP tool, OWASP ZAP. Web vulnerabilities and security concept. We have the CSRF vulnerability overview, potential impact mitigation strategies, importance for developers. The cross-site scripting summary, nature of the cross-site scripting attack, causes of cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, mitigation techniques, and security importance. Then we have the vulnerability analysis and hypothesis. Here are some of the screenshots. When I try to exploit the vulnerability, exploring vulnerabilities and mapping. Hypothesis and root cause analysis. Attack vectors and ethical standards. Potential attack vectors. These are all the potential attack vectors. Legal, ethical, and industry standards. Standard governing disclosure, ethical disclosure practices, minimizing exploitation risks, promoting transparency and trust. And these are some of the Nessus screenshot it did, but I was unable to proceed with the installation because it was asking for a license key, which I do not have. Thank you for watching.